Siema, tutaj Peter, zaczynamy kolejny quest, czyli Song from the Depths.
Hear the beauty in her voice. Hear the beauty in her voice.
This story starts under the sea, in the home of my sister. But I knew, if my sisters heard me, they would roll up some kelp and force it into my mouth. So, one night, my sisters were out hunting. I swam from my home. There were so many people on the docks, working and talking, but they could not see me in the dark water. So I sang to them.
Keep talking, witch. Makes it easier to find you. If you're here to stop me, then you have a problem. If you're here to stop me, then you have a problem. And that problem is standing in front of you. It's too late to save Wayland.
Come to me, my men.
Only thing left to do is kill her. Keep your distance. Don't try to stop me.
So I sang an old mermaid song, and the men on the docks listened. Fly fish, drift on the northern wind. Goldfish, bask in the western sun. Fly fish, drift on the northern. Goldfish, bask in the western sun. So I sang an old mermaid song, and the fly fish, goldfish. Goldfish. From southward seas, the catfish cries. From the east, the hammerheads draw. From southward seas, the catfish cries. From the east, from south, from the
Dopa, ja,
from southward seas, from the The sailors on the dock heard my song, and I could see the adoration on their faces. I drank it all in. But then they stepped into the sea. None of the men made an effort to swim, and they drowned. I lifted the dead bodies back onto the land. I could barely swim home with the sorrow. My sisters taunted me. Even the town changed its name to Witch Haven, as if to remind me of what I had done. I knew I should mourn those men, but I could only think of their adoring looks and the effect they had. So I swam for the town again. This time I climbed onto the land and sang for the men of the fields. There was no water to drown in, and they looked at me with such love. But then the men saw one another. They became jealous. And they fought. They hacked at each other, beating flesh and bones with rocks. As I learned new songs, I found I could affect men in other ways. One song allowed me to attract the souls of dreaming men. They would love me Night or day, I was surrounded by those who loved me, and I loved them back. It was overpowering. It came so easy to me. But one day, I came across a soul that would not love me. A furious soul. It burned with rejection, fear, and hatred. It ignored me. I approached the furious soul. It screamed as if on fire. I tried to soothe it with song, but still it seethed. So I cried. I approached the furious soul. It screamed as if on fire. I tried to soothe, so I cried a tear, and the water... Although it didn't rage anymore, the soul had burned down, as if only a spark. I gave it the breath of life, keeping its heart pumping and alive. The soul was weak, so I gave it some of the energy I had gathered. I allowed it to regrow. The soul felt new growth and purpose, but it needed time to become strong.